Hi, I'm Shim of Shim So Creative and welcome back to the channel. This is part 4 of my Viki Sews pattern review, and today we have Erica. Make sure you check out the description below if you want to save 20% on your patterns at Viki Sews. You can find my code below. So let's get into the pattern review for Erica. Erica is suitable for beginners. She is a close-fitting long sleeve top with a one-piece back and front yoke. It has a grown-on asymmetrical collar and long set-in sleeves. Erica is below hip length. To look at some of the suggested fabrics, recommended fabrics are stretchy fabrics, so knits, microfiber, jersey, and double knits. And it looks like you need maybe about 1.25 to 1.5 yards of fabric if you're using a 55 wide inch fabric piece. There is only literally 5 pattern pieces for this, so this one is pretty beginner friendly and simple. So let's get into design details and fabric choice. So I use a sweater knit. It has a rib in it, so it does have a little bit of stretch in it, but not super stretchy sweater knit. Okay, I cut the size 42, which is a typical size that I cut in Viki Sews, but sometimes I do go up to a size 44. And if it's a small, medium, large kind of thing, I usually cut a medium. I'm just offering that as a frame of reference because I know that some people do get a little confused about the sizing. So this is a size 42 in the longest length for the length option because I am tall. So some of the design options, it does have this cute like drapey collar feature here in the front. It has one-piece sleeve and a front and a back. So for that, it is like pretty easy to put together. What I will say about construction, because I did sew this with friends online, is that in order to get your neckline to sit up kind of like mine does or how it does in the picture, you do need a heavier knit. So while you can create this in a jersey knit or maybe even like a thin ponte, you might get more of a floppy neckline like this instead of one that will hold its shape. So really be careful with your fabric if that is a design detail that you are really particular about. And for me, this is the drama. Like, this neck needs to stand up, it needs to give. And so it certainly does in this sweater knit, but I just wanted to make that point for those who might be considering making this. Let's get into the construction experience. So this one is a little interesting. The first like 3 patterns that I talked about in this series were pretty much a breeze to sew in terms of them being on par with their level. Like if it was a beginner pattern, it was very beginner, easy. Some challenges maybe like for example with the Reba in terms of like sewing around the corners, but still a very easy pattern to put together. This pattern was easy up until the collar. Now I'm not saying that the collar was hard. I am saying that pay really careful attention to the instructions. Maybe even do like a little trial run before you get to your actual fabric, and make sure you put all of your markings and notches on from your pattern piece onto your fabric, because it is a little tricky. It looks really simple, and once you get it, you get your like aha moment. You're like, oh, okay, I get it. And you should be able to reproduce it pretty easily if you wanted to make another one. But I will say this collar piece tripped me and the entire panel up, and there were 4 of us, and we were all like, we all got it. We all finished this in less than 2 hours. So this is a quick project. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this collar piece is trickier than it looks. So that's what I gotta say about construction. Otherwise, it's straightforward. It's a basic top. In terms of fit and style, this was fabric that was a remnant from the Hazel dress. So this is the same sweater knit from there. So I already expressed that I really love this color. I really love this fabric. It's very comfortable to wear. She is very like form fitted, so this mannequin is actually smaller than me, so that's why she's a little drapey, but this is a close fitting sweater, and she does fit close on me, as you can see from the video footage of me wearing it. I think this is really cute and easy to put on with jeans or leggings, just for, you know, a slightly elevated like turtleneck vibe, right? That's what she gives with the funnel neck. I think this is a great work staple. In fact, I'm planning on making a couple more for work. I'd love one in black, of course, and I'd love one in like a chocolate brown, because I do wear a lot of brown neutral colors in the fall. So those are my sewing plans for Erica. I would definitely do it again, but I will admit that collar, she's tricky, but this works really well for my wardrobe as just like an elevated basic. So pros, cons, my final thoughts, of course. So pros, suitable for beginners. We love a beginner pattern. Quick, 2 hours. It took less than 2 hours to completely construct this and hem it. Now I'm not including the cutting time, but because it's just a few pieces, the cutting time was very minimal as well. Another pro is that it's almost no notions. Like I said, you need a little bit of stay tape for the back shoulder pieces. I think that's the only place you put the stay tape, if I'm not mistaken. If you don't have stay tape in your arsenal, you can just take strips of interfacing, cut it on the bias, and use that as stay tape. It's pretty much the same thing. I use a knit interfacing, and I just cut mine on the bias to get my stay tape for my pattern. So I did not buy knit stay tape, I just made it. So you don't have to buy it if you don't already have it. So boom. So that's another pro. Besides it being easy, suitable for beginners, quick, it's just a fun kind of top to wear. Like, I don't actually see people really wearing tops like this, and so I thought it was kind of cute and kind of cool. Cons, this collar. Not the collar how it looks, but the construction of that collar, just because it's tricky. And if you want to, you can go back and watch the live. I put a link to it down below so you can kind of see us struggling through it. But like I said, I didn't initially put all of my markings and stuff on there, so I had to go back, put my markings in, not try to skip over any of the instructions, and I was able to do it easily. So that's my only con. I would also say I got the longest length, and I felt like for my sleeve it could be maybe an inch, a half inch to an inch longer after I hemmed it. So another con for me, which is always something I struggle with, is length. So the length of the shirt is fine, but the length of the sleeve for me could have been a little longer. Otherwise, I highly recommend this pattern if you're looking for some elevated basics, something besides a basic t-shirt or a basic turtleneck. I think this is a good alternative. If you're a beginner and you're looking to make something that has a cooler detail than your basic, I think this is a good project to choose. And I think it's one of those that's kind of never gonna go out of style. Like, it's not a trendy top, and so I think because it's not trendy, it's timeless, and it's something that you can continue to make over and over again. And I could also see this being cute as like a cropped option if you want to make something kind of like sexy, because it is fitted, and I can see this being cute crop top, the long sleeves with a pair of baggy jeans or the barrel jean trend, some big sweatpants. I could just see this being used in a lot of different style ways. So thank you again for hanging out with me, for watching my review. I hope you guys are finding these helpful, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you've made the Erica, if you purchased it, if you want to make it, if you're scared. Did I scare you away? Did I scare you away? So let me know down in the comments below, and please check back for part 5 of this series.